From the icy shores of Lake Michigan in Traverse City, Michigan, we're live at the Traverse City Curling Club for the 2024 USA Curling Mixed Doubles National Championship. 16 teams competing for the right to represent the United States at the 2024 World Mixed Double Championships in Östersund, Sweden. Look at our standings here for Pool A. Persinger and Casper, Thiesse, Dropkin, Rhymes, Smith, all 2-0. Moore and Wheeler, Schweitzer and Hagberg at 1-1 with Woodcott, Farrell, Thurston, and Nickel looking for their first win of the competition. Our feature game tonight will be between Emily Schweitzer and Blake Hagberg, and our defending world champions, Cory Thiesse and Korey Dropkin. Coming to you live again now, Tyler George, joined by old friend, coach, teammates, high performance director with USA Curling, Phil Drobnik. Phil, thanks for coming in and spending some time with us tonight away from your busy duties with the teams throughout the week.
Yeah, looking forward to a good game tonight. Now it's a pleasure to join you in the booth and watch our defending world champs out on the ice tonight.
And Phil, for those of us that have done broadcasting throughout the season, but anybody that's watched U.S. curling at any point, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a better player in the women's game than Cory Thiesse and a better player in the men's game than Korey Dropkin as far as U.S. curling goes.
Yeah, pure shot makers. You know, when it comes down to it, I got to see firsthand at the Mixed Doubles World Championships last year the amount of shots those two make, and they make each other better out on the ice. And Cory, you're right, makes a ton of shots in the men's game, and Cory Thiesse, same thing, is just a shot maker for Tab, and always putting her in a great position.
For the flip side, with Blake Hagberg and Emily Schweitzer, we had their first game of the competition against Vicky Persinger and Danny Casper. After digging themselves in a hole, came back with a couple steals to tie the game up going to the final end. Vicky made a fantastic run back on her last to win the game, but this team showing a lot of shot-making ability and I think more talent than people may have expected.
Yeah, a lot of grit in that first game. You know, they just kept battling and coming at Vicky and Danny, especially in that second half. I watched that game and, you know, and made their last shot. You know, a young team like that, under pressure, made their last shot and really forced Vicky to make a great one for the win.
We are getting underway here. Emily Schweitzer, the intern draw, starting things off. This team qualified for the national championship event by virtue of points earned on tour this season for mixed doubles events. And in talking with them after their first game, Phil, they were obviously disappointed by the result, but so encouraged by their ability to play with the team by anybody's estimation would be one of the best in the country, and not just to fluke something like that, but to play as well as they did and absolutely deserve to be in that game.
Yeah, I agree. I think I even saw in their social media post, you know, proud to play an Olympian and have a great battle there, you know, with Vicky. And, you know, I had an opportunity to talk to this team when they played in Madison this year in the mixed doubles, and they told me they were working hard and practicing a lot, and they picked up a couple extra events this year to try to qualify via points, and they did. So, you know, good to see young teams like this setting goals and reaching them by getting here and then competing here.
And as you know, too, the sport is all about the small steps you take each year and being willing to do what it takes to improve, learn from mistakes and from previous competitions. It's not a ton of national experience for them. Blake said this is his fourth nationals now, and for Emily, her second. But probably the first time, I think, stepping in, especially with the result they had that first game, that they feel that they can play with these top teams and hopefully continue to improve going forward, and came back with a win in their second game too.
Yeah, they were quite dominant in the second game that they played, and you know, good to see. This will be a big matchup for them tonight, obviously, playing against Cory and Korey, and they're going to see a ton of shots made tonight, I'm assuming, by Cory and Korey. So how they respond to that, we'll see.
This one a little bit on the wide side from Emily and ends up, from Blake, and ends up chipping that rock to the back of the 4-foot. So a bunch of shrapnel behind the tee.
You like this, sis?
I don't mind hitting and rolling in front of the other red. Yeah.
Okay. Thinking like board?
I like 10-5.
Okay.
So the Coreys qualified for this national championship by virtue of being the defending national champions. Phil, did they institute a rule where if you win a Worlds, you get a bye for the next 5 years into the title?
Yeah, I mean, certainly considered, but no, they have to battle through just like everyone else, and you know, fall under the same circumstances. But you know, obviously this team has had a good year this year out on tour, and has had some solid games while they're out there.
I did have a 9-8.
We have a soft spot for the arena they won that World Championship in, having won our Olympic gold medal there in 2018. So we've already tried to convince the WCF to host a World Championship or Olympic event there every year, because we got a really good record in that building.
Yeah, I can't say enough about that building. I had the opportunity to be there twice and see two teams walk out with gold medals. So would definitely be great to have them have every event there.
So a little bit of a jam there from Hagberg on the out-turn hit for the left-hander.
I thought you.
It was relatively open for Cory and Korey.
I'm fine with 10-5, like similar ice with 10-5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one last note on that World Championship appearance for Thiesse and Dropkin. For those that watched that game, I watched it on an airplane. I forget where I was going, but that may be the best performance I've ever seen in a mixed doubles game from those two. Not just that they won the title, but even the Japanese team that they played after the game said, we played good, and we got killed.
You know, it actually started in the quarterfinal game playing against Scotland, and these two, Cory and Korey, just were phenomenal, knocking off Scotland, knocking off Jennifer Jones and Brett Lang in the semifinals, and Japan. They were just flawless in the playoffs. And that's
like this one.
You know, fun to watch athletes when they're at their in the flow at their peak, just making everything. That's what they did that week.
Okay.
They're a fun team to watch because you know if you listen in on them and if you watch their team chemistry out there. They're just they're on the same page. They support each other, and as I mentioned in the opening, like they just make each other better out there. And that's what you want in the mixed doubles. It's not always easy to find that combination, but they certainly seem to have found something.
Out-turn hit attempt again from Blake Hagberg. Over curls a little bit, ends up rolling out. So. To set up a simple 2 here for
You didn't believe me on the sweep call.
Thiesse and Dropkin.
Okay. Which turn are you throwing?
I was thinking about the out-turn draw.
Okay.
Try to Christmas tree it.
Sure. Yeah.
Like 15-5.
Okay.
You think
Yeah,
that's
that
close?
sounds good. I think
Is that
so.
what you've been seeing all week on this sheet here, Ty, or a little bit quicker?
That might be a little quicker than what we've seen. You can get a 15-5 there earlier in the week, but we've been closer to the upper 14s for a dead weight. Even saw some 14-5s stopping in the 4-foot circles.
Oh wait, feels hot to me. Line's nice.
First one down this track.
Got a little room.
So there you see something you may not see very much in the mixed doubles game with Christensen, Thiesse. First time I did that already. Prepared to sweep the stone, but then just backing off and letting Korey sweep his own rock. It does get a little bit of a Christmas tree angle on it, but a hair deeper than they would have liked.
Yeah, just a little bit of a miss that opens up a door here for them to get a freeze in here. I know they were shooting for a 15-5, and by my stopwatch here, I had a 14-9.
Maybe.
So it goes just to the backside of tee line, and
you were clicking, so.
A third of the rock probably buried from the hack, maybe a little more. So really can only play
was unswept,
either
though,
freeze
so-
or a small tap, unless you're just content with giving your opponent a shot for 2.
4-0.
Draw looks to be the call. Out-turn draw here for Emily Schweitzer.
Little out.
15.
Yep.
This is the side we've seen a little more curl on, but
Line's really good.
nothing
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
Looks like he's
Bird,
really got to
right to
go
it.
hard on this one to get it there. 15-9
Bird, you
hog
got
to
it.
hog.
That really needs to
He's
carry.
working it hard.
Can Hagberg get it there?
Go, 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 go.
He's working it hard.
Just short of the 4-foot. Would have been great line for a possible steal, or at
Sorry.
least a force for a draw for 2.
Somewhere in the middle.
But it will be a draw for 3 now.
2.
85 and 417.
Yeah. Somewhere in the middle. Could have been heavy there. Knock one of them out.
I mean, if you want to call the hit,
So
sure.
Cory Thiesse with a draw on her last shot now. Just needs to touch
Well, if
4
you're
foot
just heavy, you're not gonna
for a
hit it out.
3rd point. Already
just
sitting
hit us
2,
to get through.
playing the little quicker, little straighter side.
You'd have to be really heavy.
Light leaves a draw for 3. Heavy might, we would sit there and
Okay. You'd have to be hacked to hit them out.
I bump
like
them
Korey
back
likes
and
the
we
weight.
sit there, right? We sit on top.
Plenty of line, so all on the weight. Just starting to turn now. Might need to hit the brakes.
14-7 hog to hog.
Still coasting. That'll go a little too far. So again, a little straighter side, a little quicker.
Yep.
But they do get there too, and lead after one end of play,
try.
2-0.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
I didn't think it was that heavy either, so.
So after an opening 2, the first end for Thiesse and Dropkin, they lead 2-0.
Edge is close.
Best way to score 2, Phil, is a draw for 3.
Yeah, and you called it, I think you said it right as she was throwing. It's a little bit straighter and a little bit faster on that side, and they got caught up on it. I think even Korey felt comfortable with where it was just a couple feet over the hog line, or before the hog line.
The advantage of watching 5 straight games
Really
on
a
this
little
sheet.
early.
I get a pretty good
Mine's
read
good.
on it, especially with it being as consistent as it's been.
You're a mastermind on it.
I have eyes and a just good enough memory. Dropkin leaning on this one.
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
Big sweep here by Dropkin to get it at just a touch. That's a good
Nice.
spot.
Did you pick up that
I
little
did. I pushed it over the side. I should go
Got a
actually pick it
15.
up.
All the way to the top of the button.
Huge.
Yeah.
It was huge. I knew we weren't.
I think we're going to
Gonna
see
hit,
that
so he
team
fluffed
leaning
it.
on Korey
Yeah.
sweeping with how fast it is in this
15-3.
evening draw.
And Phil, maybe you can speak to the wrist issues that Korey was having before too, that was giving him some trouble in the men's nationals, but doesn't seem to be much of an issue right now.
Yeah, he seems to be sweeping pretty steady out there, and feeling pretty good. So it's always great to see him at 100% and how important sweeping is in mixed doubles. I know it's always a concern if you have a little bit of an injury, but he looks pretty good out there right now. Another nice
turn.
place there by Emily.
Thinking in-turn, corner
Okay.
freeze.
Yeah, good spot in the top of the 4 foot.
I just
Not a
got
bad spot to
15-3
try
on
to set up
hers,
a
or 15-2.
multiple point end from.
So,
Like a 25 out of hand then? 25-30?
yeah, I think 25 is close. Yeah.
Freeze attempt here.
Yeah, just trying to come right up to that rock in the top of the 4 foot. Corner freeze.
25.
Okay, a little add.
Yeah, seems close. Mine's nice.
Top 12!
Mine's good. You got a little room. Room. Weight only. Weight only. You got lots of room, Corey.
Okay, I want to go.
Okay, it's got a curl. Always curl.
15-8, hog to hog coming in.
That does need to finish a little bit.
Should be top 8.
Pretty good.
Pretty good shot there by TC.
Nice
And TC knows she can just
like
lay
that
those
16
out there and let Dropkin go all day on those rocks and carry them forever.
Quick path.
You know, when I
Yeah.
watch him play, Ty, I think even I can make a draw with him sweeping.
Well, the nice thing for you is you don't even have to wait for somebody to put a broom down because there isn't one.
You're right.
You can just throw whenever
Just-
you want because that's what you always do anyways.
Just throw it nice and easy and let him sweep it down there.
What are we playing? Good.
Yeah.
I'm out of the hack already. Phil may have jumped the gun on me putting the broom down for him a few
back up.
times
I think so.
over the course of our curling careers about
same
100
turn?
years ago.
Yeah.
That was clock
exact
management.
spot?
Very good clock
much.
management.
It's like they're deciding to open up the middle here.
That's probably
Smart
the
play.
right call, yeah.
Smart play.
I like to think we had a mind meld. You knew what I was going to do, so you didn't have to wait to see the broom.
Yeah, I was thinking one step ahead.
Yeah.
I've heard the acoustics out there from a few different players. Just you know, you're hearing different things and hearing the rock going down the sheet, and it's always just a little bit different in a club versus an arena setting.
Sure.
Mine's nice.
Halfway
So
high.
intern path.
Got a little room right now.
Okay.
Dropped
Might
the
have to
plate on the
finish it.
previous shot.
Yep, go ahead. Yep. Yep, keep
Replacing
going.
that guard. They like the way the
Just
angles
high
are set
half.
up right now for a steal.
Yep, keep going. Okay. Yep.
And Phil, unless they're able to
Good.
make some kind of contact on a run back with that guard, it's still going to take 2 shots to be able to access that rock that's on the button.
You like
So
hitting this?
replacing the guard,
Does it
just
get the
making them
yellow?
waste another stone.
What?
Does it get the yellow?
Yeah, I like the play, and you know, I think
It just
sometimes we
clips
see
it, yeah.
sometimes
just-
we see
I
the
mean,
error that teams make is they
let's do
go
the
in the
run.
house on those guards when they should
Okay.
keep it above the rings so it doesn't allow the other team to get another rock in the rings.
They were looking possibly at playing the rock in the top of the 4 foot, but electing to play the peel instead, open things up again. It'd be great if they could make contact with something in the house too.
Well,
How important is that in mixed doubles and in the
Yep.
4-person? You always make contact when you can.
oh,
It looked like you might have
Yep.
got this one started just a touch, but that's a really good result, especially if that rock bites in the back 12s.
Spinning.
Oh, that's a really good
Really
shot.
Good result.
Great
Really
shot.
nice shot.
Don't love any of those
Did leave the guard.
options because we
No.
just opened them up for a steal or 2.
At least
come down
now,
there.
a
You're good,
run,
yeah.
you don't have to move anything above the shot rock. You still have 2 shots remaining.
Yeah, Corey and Korey got to be a little careful where they place this rock, and you know, I think line is everything on this, just to make sure that they can't make the run and they can't make the pick out.
Opposite side of the sheet now for Dropkin,
Mine's
playing the
nice.
out turn come around.
Where's the weight?
A little quicker on
Top
this
8.
side, Ty.
Okay, mine's
It's definitely
good.
what we've seen.
Kind of running a bit.
Okay.
So you hear TC saying it's
Well-
running again on this
Top
side,
4.
Yeah. It's got a
coming
curl.
all the way down.
4-9, probably all the way here.
You don't want to stay angled on it and leave a double if that bounces a little bit.
Congratulations.
that's not a
One
good
thing you
spot.
can't do.
For those wondering, he was speaking to himself
Yeah.
Right.
as a Korey
Rods are
there.
hanging there,
Yes, he
too.
was.
One thing you can't do, and
Little
he's right,
inside nose is good.
that's about the worst spot you could end up in. Now you can actually double those 2 off, miss the
Little
back when it's
inside
hit
nose.
3.
I don't want to leave him a
That's
double.
what we call an unforced error, right?
Okay.
In curling, when you see something like that, he knows he did it.
Yep.
Just overthrew it a little bit.
That's that track that just runs and coasts farther than the opposite side. So if Hagberg can make this in-turn double, possibly set up a 3-point end.
Yep.
Tried to get it back a little bit, but
It's a little soft release on this one.
yeah, just closer to the center line. It turned earlier.
See it.
Straight guard this guy.
Guard it, yeah.
So that
Do
was
that
going
or
to say,
you
never
tap
just
this
guard
here.
that one.
Yeah.
Awfully tough to
Um,
score
I'm
even.
okay
I mean,
with
there'd
either.
probably be an
If you can
intern
tap
tap
it like
for
right
one.
on the nose.
Yeah.
I'm
Rock on the right, our right-hand side of the sheet, as we're looking at him,
This one, right?
Right.
is the danger rock there,
Right.
right?
Which turn?
Looks like they're going to throw a guard on that.
I think you're out turn.
Okay.
We know it.
Here?
Max, yeah.
I think that's close.
Okay.
So this is
I
the
suppose we
straighter
just
side,
can't show the
so
outside.
a little easier
Right?
for placement
Yeah,
as
we
long
just
as you
can't
get the
show
broom
up.
right.
I like Corey's last communication, Corey Dropkin's last
Like, even if we're only
communication
guarding
piece
half
there.
of it on the outside,
Even
it
if we're
probably
guarding the
doesn't
outside, it's
have
fine,
the
right?
double.
Because then it doesn't leave
Right.
a double.
Yeah, know where you can be.
That might not be right.
It's always good for the thrower to hear that,
Just-
especially
I think
coming
just
down the
outside
ice.
Just more than edge.
You heard them say they're
Yeah, of
taking
course,
just
he's nice.
outside
Yeah.
edge. They're talking edge at 8 foot. That's definitely max ice for this shot based on what we've seen. As long as it curls up enough to take away the nose, that's
What are you
fine. Like
seeing?
you said, Phil, they can leave the inside.
Top 12
And
almost.
Okay.
Really isn't any
How's line?
danger of giving up more
Einstein.
than one.
Okay.
You really don't want to be in the
Easy.
house here, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Where?
Yeah.
Top 12.
Whoa,
Unlikely
stay
they'd
close.
play the yellow, yellow,
Close.
yellow run unless it was in the
Girl,
house.
Yep. Whoa,
Tight.
whoa, whoa,
Should
whoa,
be
whoa.
fine.
Outside.
Whoa, whoa, let it stop.
Getting
Pretty
a
good
little
release
bit
there.
tight.
It's perfect. Good throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's risk reward time.
could be for 3, maybe?
You got to throw it hard because it needs to hit high side on that yellow in the top of the fours to get the rock you're raising to go out too.
Yeah, so just inside nose.
Okay.
That was the downfall
way.
of coming into the rings,
Yeah.
right?
Like
Getting
here
that
for
tight.
line?
Oh, you want to come on that side? I'd come on the other side.
Okay.
There is an
that's
intern
holding
tap
it
for
straight. You
one
can't
too
do
if they
anything
just
if it's
wanted to
over
play
there.
Okay.
the draw.
Yeah, it's like
It's only 2-0 tie. The intern tap might be more conducive right now, this early in the game. You miss this shot, and you could be down 4-0.
Yeah, looking at where that rock is though, I'm not sure that they get shot tapping it with that redstone to jam to.
9.
You're only going to get maybe a third of
Yeah.
your rock into the button, so that might not be
Might
there.
not be a jam. Might not be able to score one.
Yeah, you could cut them to 1 with it, but if that's the case, then you
Then
probably
this is
play
worth it.
this. Yeah.
just on the left side of center.
Yeah, peel and hit 7/8 low, just cross a hair. I'm just playing the intern now, so 7/8 high. Final stone of this second end for Emily Schweitzer. Playing the triple,
Got to get a little curl on it.
trying to get up. Doesn't quite get there. Looks like that will be a steal of 2 for Thiesse and Dropkin. Take a 4-0 lead
2.
after 2 ends of play, which is
Sorry,
when
that
we'd
was
like to
on
tell you about Steve's Curling Supplies, America's #1 curling equipment supplier for over 50 years. Proud to support USA Curling. No matter your skill level or budget, they have all of the top products from the most popular brands in the sport. Right now, you can save $10 on any purchase of $100 or more when you use the code USACurling10 at checkout. Visit us at stevescurling.com for all your curling needs.
edge is
Beginning
good.
of the third end in our feature matchup on sheet C.
Yeah, I think I just.
Just like a little inside.
Defending world champions Cory Thiesse and Corey Dropkin with a 4-0 lead over Emily Schweitzer and Blake Hagberg. Tyler George live from Traverse City with, once again, Phil Drobnik. And Phil,
Line's close.
Thiesse and Dropkin, business as usual for them, but
Top four, top
really
eight.
for
Okay, line's
Schweitzer
good.
and Hagberg, not playing poorly, but
Gotta
just
curl.
facing a team that their
gonna
rock
sit there, though.
placement and the precision
Yep,
is
straight.
Nice.
so
Okay,
good
line's
right
fine.
now.
Yeah, and you know, the
Close
key to
three.
games is
Yep.
usually to take
Yep.
advantage of
Yep.
opportunities,
Really curling
and,
now.
and
Yep.
they did have an opportunity at one point in that last end, and they just missed
Okay,
the
good
double
throw.
takeout that they were attempting, and you know, that kind of turned the end backwards.
And normally in the
Tried
mixed
clicking
doubles
while
game,
sweeping,
you'll get
but-
multiple opportunities
Fine.
like that
Okay.
over the
Okay.
course of a
Fine.
game. Execution is just
It was
more
a little
difficult in the
inside edge.
two-person game.
Okay.
But
that
against a
makes
team
sense.
like this,
Yep.
playing as well as they are, and with the pedigree they have, if you get one of those chances, and they possibly could have put up a 3-point end if Hagberg is able to make that in-turn double, you really need to take advantage, like you said, and now you're behind the 8 ball with that 4-point deficit, but we have seen them come back from deficits already in this tournament.
Yeah, interestingly enough, too, Cory and Korey got off to a great start yesterday and to nickel and gave up a end later on. So, you know, as
Really
you've
coming this way?
done it in
Yep.
championships, Ty, like early in the week, you're still trying to manage the ice. You're still trying to manage your sweeping. So
Getting here?
you might get some errors out of this team that you wouldn't normally get, especially when it hits playoffs and the championship weekend.
Nice in-turn freeze by Schweitzer and
Line's
Hagberg.
nice. Stay close. Line's good.
Top 8.
The key for them here is
Line's
just
really
to keep
good.
putting themselves in positions and giving themselves opportunities
Stay close.
if they want to be able
Yep.
to, you know, just put up
Wait's
a 2
nice.
here against
15-2.
Cory and Korey and
Stay
keep
close.
battling
Wait's
away.
nice.
Okay.
Keep
Line's
high.
nice.
Keep it high.
Line's
Another
good.
well-managed
Line's
stone
good.
here, staying on the high side for the angle.
Hot.
Really well done. Cutting down that scoring space for Schweitzer and Hagberg.
It's one of the best things. I mean, Corey's at one of the best in the game at that, like just managing his own rocks as he throws them down the ice. He practices that every day. He's sweeping his own rocks in his practice every day, and it shows. I mean, he knows exactly where his rocks are going when they're coming down the ice.
Close.
Room.
Hagberg playing off the
Back
wall
four.
side again here too with that in-turn that should dig a little more, but a few more rocks down this path. Speeding up just a touch.
Yeah, just a little heavy there.
Yeah, when we talk about it curling a little more on that side, it's still not curling a lot. It's just
Time.
not quite as straight as the opposite side, but still plenty fast.
Yeah, back on that sweeping thing, Ty, you know, I mean, one thing we see in the game, the way the game's changed over the years, is there is a lot more athletes out there practicing sweeping now than we saw when we played versus just throwing the rock up and down the sheet.
Sure.
Such an important part of the game, and athletes are out there practicing their sweeping just as much as they are practicing throwing.
Got a little more room.
Okay.
Close
Same
though.
in-turn
Wait,
side
good.
or out-turn side for
Line's
Dropkin.
good.
In-turn
Top
for
eight.
Hagberg.
Go ahead. Line's fine.
John
Wait,
Landsteiner
good.
watching at
Close.
home. Another one of those
Just
Close.
line.
heathenistic
Yeah.
lefties that mess
Keep
us
it high.
up.
Yep.
The mayor of
High
Traverse
nose.
City, as we
Yep.
call
Whoa,
him.
whoa, whoa,
Yes,
whoa, whoa,
John
whoa, whoa.
Landsteiner.
Good
Yeah.
call.
His name's all over this
Perfect.
town. He doesn't know about the 40-foot statue that they're erecting outside the airport, too. It's going to be a wonderful surprise. I guess I just ruined it now for him for next time he comes to town.
Yeah, but he still won't know what it looks like, so yeah, good chance.
It's true.
Great shot there. Another great managed rock there by Dropkin, and
Just
sitting in
protect the
pretty
one
good
and
position
Trying
right
to
now.
rearrange this a little.
It's just so
I
good
most
with
likely
the
tap them
angles and
into us.
placement.
Okay.
So
Blake
I'm
talking
thinking guard
about how
this
he
side
can
and
kind
hope
of
later we
mix
might
this
have
up a
something
little
over here.
bit.
We can bump this over.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think he's on to something. I think he needs to move that yellow rock that's on the top of the button. I think that is a rock that definitely is a challenging rock for him, and if he can change up the placement on that, it'll help him. Unfortunately, Ty, I think coming this direction only always pops out your red rock versus if he were to try to maybe come the opposite direction, it might better benefit him.
John Landsteiner checking in, saying he's now paying close attention when he heard his name. It's added background, but now he's watching intently, so
3-4.
I had to make sure we got his viewership. That's good because once we get to the break, there's something very important about the
2.
speed coming out of the break that I have to tell him
It's all here.
every
It looks
single
like
time to
it's
make
here.
sure he knows. So it's good to know he'll be
Listening.
watching and listening so he learns.
It's like, gonna just freeze on top of that rock.
Yeah, and really nowhere to go at this point for Schweitzer and Hagberg with
The only
how
trouble is
well
where that
those
red
rocks
goes.
are angled.
Right.
We'll
You
listen
have
in and
almost
see
all
what
of
they're
it?
thinking now.
Yeah, I probably have
Like
all
edge
of it.
on edge.
I'm a little concerned that's going to be right here at the end of it all.
Right.
Then he plays in off.
Yeah, right.
But a 10-5, it should probably roll to the tee line.
Okay.
And if we ever, yeah, 10-5, let's just
Okay.
make it.
I like this play here, Ty. I think it's, I mean, it's a great opportunity to get that red one off the button, and he's hoping to
Don't think
spill
it'll
the
do much here, right?
red one Blake just
Correct.
threw over to the tee
I
line, over
agree.
to the right side
You
of the
like
sheet.
here?
Hair last.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't want to be the one to move those rocks when that rock is kind of stuck in there right now. And having your rock be the one that's the last one in that combination,
Close.
your opponent can then play to it too. Whereas they couldn't if you don't move these. But because they have that second stone
Yeah.
frozen, that helps
Okay.
make the decision. But
Ugh.
not a real good throw there from Cory.
No, that's the second time on his last
Release.
stone
I think
that he hasn't gotten that rock in the right
We got
position.
one shot left. I mean, how do we get two? Like, but then they just freeze or they
Yeah.
hit. Then it's wide open, like edge on edge, wide open for them.
yeah.
I mean,
Probably.
You got to be a little careful with this
so.
I
placement.
don't really know how we get the yellows out and not the reds. Like,
Yeah, I
if we
kind of
hit
agree
this and
with
it
Blake.
flips
It's
this red, I
not a
mean, this
lot
one
you
might
can
go
do.
here.
I think
There's
maybe you need to
enough
move
separation
one of
here, though,
those
but I don't think
yellows.
that happens. I think it just rubs this one to here.
Yeah.
If you hit what you can see of the second yellow in that freeze above the tee line, maybe it drags that red
Yeah.
back a little bit too
I mean,
and
I mean,
spills
if we
the
do something
second
really
yellow.
risky, we might get 2 or 3, but like guard for 1, maybe you can get a piece of this for 2.
I'm not even sure what
I don't think you can, but
Would you just guard
you
the
might be
red
able
one?
to
Is that what
play- yeah.
the guard would be?
I mean, the top red
like
one.
guard
Yeah,
it.
the
if you're
top
gonna
red one, yeah.
Guard it, but I think you could peel
Better
out
than a steal of 3.
the second yellow in that freeze
Unless you-
above the tee, get some
then just
drag
play the
on the
run.
red back to the other
You're just
yellow.
gonna get rid of our.
Lose one of them and keep all of your reds except for the shooter. You might be able to set up a multiple point end then.
Gotta love having
I think
hammer.
that's the only shot you'd have.
I have to throw that pretty hard too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
A little less.
Line's a little tight.
2. 1.
Over and up.
How's line?
It's over curling a little.
Over.
Yeah. Cool.
Need this to sit.
Okay.
Fine.
Good.
Should be pretty good.
With
Yeah, they
feel
think
weight.
it's
Just a
safe
hair
just to
low,
play
right?
nose on
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Just a little hit and roll.
Yeah. I think pretty much right where you want to hit it.
Don't
Yeah.
see a lot of risk here,
See what
Phil.
can go wrong. I don't see anything. Make it.
Okay.
Nose is fine, but
Yeah.
I think I like the play. I think I agree with Corey. You're up 4. I think you have an opportunity here to, make this and lay 3, right?
I think, again, that it's that second yellow stone in that stack that keeps you safe on
Begin
this.
to hit it right on nose.
If you lost the
Roll
back
inside
red
the
and there was only one
Roll
yellow
inside
there,
the
you could actually be
Ideally,
giving them an
nose, or you
opportunity.
Ideally,
But
ideally
I
just
don't
inside.
think that
Yeah.
both of those are ever
Inside the roll
going.
to center
Right.
line.
Okay.
You want firm or peel?
Like easy peel.
Perfect. You got it.
So final stone of the third for Thiesse and Dropkin. Cory Thiesse playing the out-turn run back.
Hard!
Early sweep, trying to hold the line.
Hard! Hard! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Not bad.
That's
Great
pretty
shot,
good. Sitting 3.
Great shot there
You know,
by Thiesse.
halfway down there, Phil, I thought about saying, looks
Great
like
sweep.
it's going to
Ooh.
They really
over
held
curl,
that.
but I remembered it was sweeping,
Good
and I bit my tongue.
Really good
Yeah.
sweep.
I had the opportunity to coach Korey a few years back, and we always said the out-turn run back's a
no,
gimme
go with
for.
it. Had to grunt that one out a little bit.
Yeah. And I think you actually.
Yeah, no, that's
Faded
just
a
that,
little
and
bit.
that's throwing to the sweeping too
Good.
Yes.
on that line, knowing what Dropkin's capable of doing with the broom. The only bad miss there is the wide one.
It's just smart rock management for them, and it's going to be a tough score here for Emily.
Yeah, I think you can get enough of it and stick around on that double to score one, but it has to be soft. And I guess you probably don't have to clear that back yellow either. If you hit it thick enough to stick, the shooter may still count. So final stone of the third. Schweitzer throwing against 3 counters. This is curling early. Might catch the guard here. And that will be 3. Steal of another 3 for Thiesse and Dropkin. The world champs now leading 7-0 after 3 ends. And with the third end break, I'll tell you that Warm Room Hero is more than just software. They're curlers dedicated to building long-term relationships with your club. Warm Room Hero provides continuous support to ensure your website exceeds your members' expectations. Check out Warm Room Hero today at curling.club. That's Warm Room Hero at curling.club. Looking around at the other sheets. Well, we're not right now. Quite certain those are not the games that are going on right now, so we'll tell you at some point. So out-turn come around here for
Yep.
Thiesse to
Mine's
start
good.
the end.
Mine's good. Yep.
Just trying to
go,
get
go.
this
Keep
to
doing it. Hard.
top of the
Mine's really
8
good.
foot at least.
Go.
Going all the way to the button now. Good
throw.
sweep by
Yeah.
Dropkin once again.
Did kind of go further than I thought it was going to. Good.
He's,
Well, we'll say it was because it's the straighter, quicker side,
right.
not the sweeps.
He's earning his keep tonight.
97.
He looks 100% to me.
I don't know that he knows how to do it any other way.
Yeah,
I think
no.
that's just the way it's going to be.
He's definitely one of the hardest working athletes out there. No matter what discipline, he's all in, and it's his work ethic is fantastic. Great shot here.
Yeah, great shot by Emily Schweitzer, and a lot of made shots for Schweitzer and Hagberg, and anyone just tuning in now. The scoreboard not indicative of the game, but one missed opportunity really for Schweitzer and Hagberg to possibly get a 2 or 3. Wasn't final stone, but could have set it up.
You like this
Wrecked the
ice?
guard and
Yeah,
end up
close.
giving a steal of 2 instead of a possible score. And now Thiesse and Dropkin piling on with another steal of 3 in the third end.
Mine's nice.
Korey Dropkin playing the outturn side again.
Got a little room.
Little
Top 12.
straighter, little quicker
Okay.
path.
Top 8.
You got room still.
Okay.
Got a curl.
Wants to get that same setup he
Looks
had last
close.
end.
Yeah.
Still needs to
Gotta come
curl.
down a hair.
Now this one gliding a little bit.
Want to get around the red?
It's going to go around the red.
Yep. Okay, you're by.
I did not see that.
No, I have.
They're not believing that,
Yeah,
what they're seeing.
they're not remembering or noticing that the two sides are running different right now.
You probably lose this one.
I remember
You
last
can be
time-
the one to tell them after.
Yeah,
We can double
we can have
these.
that chat.
Back 12.
But the 15 was to the
You're
T
like
line
back
the last
12,
time we were
Hag.
heading that direction.
Yep.
And
I was thinking
so it
more.
hasn't changed.
Okay,
It's
I
just
can't see all of
each
it.
side's a little different.
Yeah.
3/4.
No, you
Just small things
At,
to
like control
talk
or
about,
what?
clean up. Obviously, things going very well for them.
Okay.
But it's easier to, and Phil, you know, as a coach over the years, that talking about those small things, it's a lot easier conversation at coming after wins too. When you're playing well, but you could say, okay, here's what we're not seeing, here's what we're not picking up, and
Yeah.
the fine tuning is so much easier to do than, well, we couldn't throw it in the ocean, or okay, we were this close to winning, and here's why with these small things. It hurts a lot more.
Great shot.
A really good shot there from Hagberg. And good position now, too, with these stones on the top of the 4-foot.
Yeah, I kind of like this.
Or I suppose you could just play this.
Yeah.
You probably have like 3
It'll be a little tough to do that on that side with it just being a little straighter side.
Yep.
Just run it.
Okay,
I like this.
Try to stick it on the right one.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guard is hurting you more than any other stone right now with the lead they have. And you see a little more conservative play with the lead. With mixed doubles, rarely do you take your foot off the pedal,
Which turn?
but a 7-0 lead
I
is
was
enough that you
concerned.
look at it and say, let's
I
play
thought
the
I was
run,
thinking
at
in,
least
but
clear
I'm
it,
good with either. Okay,
keep away from a 3 or
Her
4
last.
point end.
okay.
Yeah, which is a smart move here by Dropkin and TC, and Korey can even make this look pretty good if he can make this run back.
Whoa, whoa. Girl,
No surprise, Korey electing to
Hard.
play the out.
hard.
Ooh, actually a double jam. And ends up both reds still staying in the house, but yellow sitting second.
Korey always tends to play those over the top. He likes those over the top when he plays those runs, and I was just caught up a little bit on the high side on that one. Got a little fortunate with the where his yellow one ended up with the angle on the red one. So gonna see Hagberg trying to throw the freeze in here.
It looks that way. Just try to get to a corner of that yellow stone.
Looking for about a 15-2 hog to hog here.
Where's the weight?
They'd really like to just get the angles on their side right now, too. We've really only had one end where it seemed like they were positioned well based on where the stones were. This one looks pretty good. I don't think you want to go much deeper than that.
Yeah, not a bad shot.
Good placement again.
Yeah. This yellow.
Really good angles now
If they
for
were to hit
Hagberg and
this-
Schweitzer.
I'm pretty sure it goes on to this guy. Like my thought was just straight peel this.
Okay,
What do you
Sure.
think?
this is your last?
Yeah.
Kind of like that, Ty. I think
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I think you kill a rock here and
Yeah.
make
easy
the
peel?
other team have to
Okay.
make something.
Yeah, and again, playing scoreboard. This is the simplest shot of what's available that actually helps you.
Right.
You could always hit the open back one too, but That's how you're bringing 3 into the picture a little more.
Yeah, they removed this red rock, and now they got to make a play on the yellow one after this if they can kill this.
Yeah, you heard them say, I like the call, but now what do we do with it?
Right.
You know, looking at it now, you think, boy, we probably should have bumped that rock a little bit.
Right.
Move that
Yep.
to the open. Now they can't peel this stone out because we
Hard.
have an open hit
Whoa,
to 3.
whoa, 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 whoa. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine.
Could have played a thin one.
Yeah, you bruised it.
Yikes.
We got to do something with the guard. We can't just leave
Yeah.
it there.
Okay,
It's either run or peel.
try it.
It's one thing I've
Yeah.
noticed in the mixed doubles ties.
Then I just leave
You
a
know,
double
the
for them,
ladies,
though.
You know, when they have
Okay.
like Corey, she told me her first year playing with Corey Dropkin is understanding how much he can get that rock to curl and how much he can get it to go backwards. And watching it, it's just a little different in mixed doubles than it is in their 4-person.
Yeah, I think most players in the curling
Oh,
world
that's-
would have
I'm
to
gonna-
adjust to how much Corey
Oh, yeah.
can affect a stone. And you see that with the top sweepers around the world, the Pablo Lachatz and the Amos Mozaners, the
Yeah.
Colin Huffmans of the world that can make those rocks dance. It almost makes things more difficult on the skip with calling it because of how much it can affect it.
Right?
Okay.
Nice try there on the run. Ends up losing their own red, unfortunately.
Thanks. Didn't want to leave
Really
the
good
guard, so
throw.
I spun it.
Yeah.
And half an inch off of being perfect with keeping
like
their own
a
red too, but
9-5,
I mean,
10.
just having a fight and
Yeah, I'm good
scratch
with
to have a chance
either.
to score.
Corey Thiesse going to be
I think
attempting
make
the
sure you
nose
stick
hit here.
around. Make her think whether she wants
Seems to
throw a
make
hit or
sense,
throw-
yeah.
Okay, let's throw 10 then.
I think there's no reason to roll out.
Just a
Just outside edge.
couple inches off the rock, yeah.
Yeah, nice and positive here. This
Reminder
should be
to
a little
those
bit
at
of a straight
home
spot,
that a blank end is not the same in the mixed doubles as a 4-person. You do not retain the hammer if you blank the end, so won't be an option
9-5.
for
Whoa,
Schweitzer Hagberg on
Whoa.
this.
Girl.
whoa, curl. Okay, you're fine.
That should be just
Good.
fine on the nose and a little roll in for good measure. Why not?
Why not?
But
To a
she's not
perfect
even really
spot.
Trying for the roll, she gets the roll.
Well, it's nice to say that out of earshot of your opponents too. Well, I mean, I wasn't really even trying to make that roll. I'm surprised that went there. And you get a broom right in the teeth. So final shot of the end. Emily Schweitzer with the intern draw has to almost touch 4 foot. Emily's throwing some really good stones in this game too. Just uphill battle against this squad.
Looking for about a 15 here.
That's probably close.
Take over.
Yeah. Carried that a long ways, but not quite going to be enough. So that'll be another steal for Thiesse and Dropkin. Getting up to an 8-0 lead at the break. And halfway through, it's time for the Broomfitters break. Broomfitters.com is the place for good curling gear and fast shipping on everything curling. For a limited time, take 10% off your first order with the code USA. Visit broomfitters.com.
Yeah, I don't know. I got these for a very expensive $9 at the convenience store.
quick spin around the scores at the break here. Moores and Wheeler, Farrell, Thurston tied 2-2. Persinger Casper on sheet D with a 3-1 lead over Nickel and Nickel. And on sheet E, Rhyme Smith and Woodcott with a 2-2 tie. Of course, our feature game on sheet C, Thiesse and Dropkin with this 8-0 lead over Schweitzer and Hagberg. It's a little treat for the fourth end break here, joined by my colleague here in the booth, good friend and CTO of Curling Stadium, John Benton. John, thanks for joining and for bringing everybody along for the ride in these national events. Everybody's had such high praise for what Curling Stadium has done with these nationals. Talk about the process working with USA Curling and what you see going forward with this partnership.
Yeah, it was a short walk over from my chair. I'm super happy. I'm super pleased, of course, with all of the feedback and everything that people have been saying and all the comments. Working with Dean and USA Curling, it's been really, really nice to, have the opportunity to really focus on getting all the games out the door. And that, as everybody should know by now, that's kind of been our goal. It's really important to the families, as you know. And so that's kind of always in the back of my mind and everybody's mind at Curling Stadium, is making sure that all the teams get time, all the families have a chance to watch the teams they want to watch.
And John, such huge strides have been made with Curling Stadium over the last few years, to the point that we hear all the time about television quality streams for these events, which is so important for our national championships, for exposure. And it sounds as though we can expect a lot more of that from Curling Stadium, not just with nationals going forward, but with prospective world events, tour events. Talk about where you see things going over the next year and into the beyond for Curling Stadium.
Yeah, well, the pandemic really pushed technology, and that's where this all started. Is Jerry and I wanted to make sure that people could watch, and I'm an old geek and started doing the investigation, and that's led to all of these unbelievable opportunities with World Curling Federation, other associations, and pretty quickly we became one of the leaders in kind of what we do. The thing that's happening in television is that they realize that they don't need to expend the kind of money that they have to do pretty much any broadcast. So the idea of driving a TV truck in for $500,000 for a week and a half against what we're charging, quite frankly, is it's kind of a no-brainer for them. So we're seeing lots of requests and opportunities, and I think it's great, not for us, but because our premise is to make sure that all the games are shown. That's really changing some thinking in the industry for curling.
And final question, John. Obviously, the world events, the national events are fantastic to be a part of, but talk to the viewers about what Curling Stadium can do for their clubs and for their events going forward.
Well, Traverse City here is one of our sites. We have roughly 20 sites out there right now, both the U.S., Canada, Scotland, and we've got a bunch of pending requests. Sorry if we haven't gotten back to you. But realistically, that's what we meant to do originally, was to bring these cameras into clubs so that all of your leagues and all of your bonspiels can be streamed. And the story that I was telling you earlier, that the problem, there's lots of people who have done streaming and done streaming well, but it's usually a volunteer at the club who's doing it, and if they're not around, the stream doesn't run, or if it's broken, it can't be fixed. And so what we bring to the table is the ability to service the solution if there's a problem and make sure that it's up and running all the time.
All sounds fantastic. It's been a pleasure working with you, John, in doing these events too, and I know there's going to be some big things going forward for you and for myself and for Curling Stadium and what we can bring to the table, and really, really excited about what we're going to do, and you'll be hearing a lot more of it in the future.
Absolutely. Love working with you, Tyler. Love having you on the commentary. It's somebody solid and somebody that everybody knows and is familiar with and comfortable with. So thanks a lot to you.
Thank you, John. We'll let you get back to your geek stuff, as you call it now. We finally got him in the booth, folks. Took quite a while. Starting off this Fifth and you see that first stone by Cory Thiesse, bumping that rock into the back of the 12-foot on that chip on the corner guard. Tyler George here with Phil Dropkin once again, and Phil not wasting any time here coming out of the break with that power play being used by Schweitzer and Hagberg. Thiesse makes that chip on the corner right to the back of the 12-foot on the opposite side.
Yeah, it's something she works hard on, and you know the ideal spot for that chip is to chip it into the top of the rings, but always happy just to get the guard off there.
So a hair slower here.
And a smart play by Schweitzer
Maybe
Hagberg
just a little
to play the power play. Things aren't going their way, so good to change it up.
Yep, in mixed doubles curling, each team gets one power play where the pre-position rocks go to the corner, to the edge of the 8-foot. And rock just barely behind the tee line.
Okay, stay close for line.
Open the middle
line
up.
now.
Play for a more offensive end for the
line.
team with hammer.
Back 4.
Okay, line's
And
okay.
again, not able to remove stones from play, whether they're guards or in the house, for the first 3 throws of the
Hard
end.
line, hard line. Go,
So
go,
that's
go,
why
go,
you're
go, go,
seeing,
go, go.
even with the 8-point lead,
Okay, nice throw.
Dropkin playing this freeze to that stone that's just behind the tee. So the rest of the way out, all's fair. Anything can be taken out of play.
I'm a lefty, yep.
Yeah, just a little over curl on that. He would have liked to seen that rock stay a little bit higher, but he is second shot right now. Hagberg going to play the freeze on here.
Plenty of room.
Following that stone that Dropkin just threw, Hagberg with the in-turn freeze, and we didn't really get a chance because everybody made their shots. They must be aware, John Landsteiner, that it's faster after the break. They throw that mop out there.
Yeah, we're seeing it here.
There's one that we finally saw.
His first draw of the end.
Yep. So Steiner, write that one down, as the running joke has been going since I've done games, period, throughout all the broadcasts, reminding Steiner, as I did when we
What do you
played,
think? Just do this.
that it's faster, so don't throw it too hard, because you know how
Sure.
forgetful he is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't pay attention to details, you know.
Why do you come sweet?
Okay.
Always just got to drag him along by the hand.
Dropkin going to play this crosshouse double here. He's got a couple of rocks to fly into, and key is here to probably just kill two red stones.
Honestly, if I nose it, it's not the end of the world.
Right. No, not at all.
So because now probably.
Yeah, be laying
throw-
1-2 if he noses it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing scoreboard at this
Yeah,
point.
I was thinking that.
You gonna do anything here?
I don't think it will. No, this is that same spot where I did the run back.
You agree, Ty? You've seen this shoot enough. He's going to do anything here with Peel?
That should just be, or put it where you want to hit it.
Whoa. Close. Yep. Yep.
Looks like he's got it.
You,
That'll
sorry.
do. And actually rolling the shooter out instead of leaving it back there now allows them to clear the other red stone, too.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, really good.
Some people at home might say, oh, he lost the shooter, but that's exactly what he wanted to do
That's perfect.
Their own stone.
there. And a rare sweep out of Cory Thiesse there.
I got to get on Dropkin's case for being too lazy to get up and sweep that.
Sweep those peels.
Yeah. He's wearing down.
I guess Thiesse just wants to get her steps in, too, so she's asked to sweep a couple of those.
Line's good.
It's a spinner.
Then never.
Line only.
Lobbing another
good.
in-turn
Line
draw
only.
down
Line's good.
Wait's all
those
there. Back
stones in the
four.
outside of the house.
Yes. Hard.
Trying not to over-curl and stay shot. Now that rock is locked into that position. I don't think those red rocks are going to be in the premises much longer here.
No, I think he's going to throw this
If it
pretty
curls
hard.
up, it'd be great to roll to the center line.
I can't
What are
hear
you expecting hog to hog here, Ty?
Never
Ty?
mind.
I'm going to give him a 6-2.
Cory known for throwing these high, hard ones really good.
We'll have to do the math because we're starting at 15-8.
Wow.
So that's
That's
6-0.
hard to do.
6-0.
Yeah, I can do that math.
There's still a shot, right?
So I was within 2/10.
I believe
Pretty
so.
good.
I undersold him. But if you would have thrown it a little softer, it might have curled
do
up
we
and
mess
got him.
with it or
Might have
what?
made the double.
Probably. Yeah.
So it just
Good
removes
shot.
the
We
1.
got to bump it a little.
Yellow still shot rocker.
Looks that way.
Yeah.
So I like to tap this just a touch.
You know, there Corey goes thinking when he should just always listen to the skip in the house, Cory Thiesse.
Yeah.
Hagberg playing the freeze here.
Less.
His weight was perfect on that last
Yes.
shot. Just
Yes.
over curled maybe 2-3 inches. That's how precise you need to be against this team right now too, but this needs to get up a little bit.
Double.
Pretty good.
It settles in next to it, so
Not in the worst spot.
I mean you could pocket those
Not
two,
frozen
hit it
to it at all.
right in the crotch like that.
Just can't get that.
I don't know if that red one will have enough to get out. I think you're
Sounds- Sounds like you're daring him.
I agree with Corey. I think you just hit that shot rock and stick around. Make them deal with it.
Huh?
Go head down. Draw.
Yeah.
I think they can get away with nose hit here, right, Ty?
Guy
Like
coming this way last
they
time.
somehow would have to get
Yeah.
rid of both rocks.
That was
Should
like
be
right
okay,
here.
although it might
And we
Set
took
up a double.
drag
just outside
then.
that.
Out. Yeah.
Pull that red into the
So I
back
don't mind,
yellow
like,
counter
just
Similar.
inside middle
with,
of
for
that
the
yellow.
for the last shot if it's just nose.
So just a hair high.
Intern pass for Cory Thiesse. For close to nose, maybe a hair on the high side.
Close. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Whoa. Straight. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard.
Okay,
Maybe a
good
shot for 2 now. I think there's enough space between those two to
Yeah.
get that over the top.
Blake, I kicked it.
Yeah. Shoot.
Good throw.
That just has to cross a
Okay.
tiny bit
Gotta hit like here.
Yep.
to lose both those yellows and miss the red. So just 7/8 is probably good enough.
Nose is for 1 still.
So intern hit for Emily Schweitzer. Final stone of this 5th end.
Gotta curl.
Yeah.
Needs to get up a little bit to catch the 2nd stone. Just a little on the high side, so it'll be 1 more for yellow. Now leading 9-0 after 5 ends of play. Another spin around the sheets here. Farrell and Thurston on sheet B, leading 3-2 over Moores and Wheeler. On sheet D, Persinger Casper with a 7-1 lead on the Nichols. And on sheet E, Wood and Cottonau leading Ryman Smith 4-2. Maybe a bit of an upset there, Phil, based on prior results.
Yeah, when I popped out on the break, I saw Wood make a great little tap in for 2. So
Gave it a little bit, so.
T, top 4.
And in our
Mine's
feature
good.
game, once again,
I think we're there.
Thiesse
got a
Dropkin
little
leading
room.
9-0
Let it
over
work.
Schweitzer and Hagberg.
Don't want to.
Yeah, it's heavy. No.
got the straight
Trying.
and fast side
Okay,
here.
line's getting better.
Got to try by itself.
Corey completely off of it.
Never mind.
That'll settle in right
Perfect,
up to
Corey.
that stone. Perfect
Nice.
freeze by Thiesse.
So nice to me.
Can't express how important it is to get that first rock of the end in mixed doubles in the right spot, eh?
Yeah, our previous game, the 4 o'clock draw, I believe the first 4 ends of the game,
Full heavy.
the lead for the team without hammer was deep. And the team with hammer was able to at least attempt to lob another stone in, and really gets the team without hammer chasing
Good.
when that's the case.
14.
Pretty good shot there from Schweitzer. You're going to need to unlock that at some point to try to make the Reds count.
Yeah, and they want to get rocks in different positions. You know, they had a couple ends where they had freeze, freeze, and it
I
never
was
worked out for
thinking
them.
about
So
throwing
nothing
the
wrong with come
Okay.
down and bump things around and try to maybe
Little
score a
freeze
multiple here.
bump.
Yep, I like that.
You like edge or you like just inside
I
that?
think just inside.
Okay.
It's good.
Still 15-ish?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's good.
Just playing the tap here, trying to get a little
Let's go
inside. And
15 to 20 then.
And Phil, so important too, again, going back to playing and coaching days. If you're Schweitzer and Hagberg,
26?
you really want to put a good end together
Mine's
here.
nice.
So
You're
if
late.
this is the
Or
end of the
give me two.
game, that
Go ahead.
you get some good momentum
I'll
going
wait.
into the
Gotta go
next
for
game
wait.
too. Feel like, hey, we didn't play terribly today. We ran into a very good team, made some mistakes at inopportune times, but we finished strong.
Getting better.
And we made some good shots. Maybe you score 2 or 3 and you feel a little better walking off the ice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you want to be able to go off on a high note, and so a great opportunity for them here to try to put
Like,
up
I
a
don't
couple
wanna see
points.
rock.
As we saw, Corey was shooting for a 15
Oh, no,
hog
that's
to
good.
hog there, through a 16,
I don't mind.
swept it the whole way
I
and
don't
ended
know.
up top 8 foot.
Not me.
Pretty consistent on the weights for draw weight here. You know, 15.5 on the one side, 15.2 on the other side.
In turn. Run.
This one should glide on this side a little more again. Turning over nice now.
Yeah, a real good shot here.
A great shot by Hagberg.
Ooh, I could probably get them all.
And that's one where maybe you sweep that just a touch too
Yeah,
and
I
try
can
to
sweep.
Okay.
unlock that back.
Actually, if I throw my out turns, pretty much right where I usually hit it.
So
There you go.
All right.
interesting comment by
Why switch it
Dropkin
up
there,
now?
and he looks at those rocks and says, I think I can get them all. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rocks flying out of play.
Out turn.
You may not be wrong looking at the angles.
Make it.
Looking at probably another 6 hog to hog here.
Shooter might stick though.
Close. Whoa. Ah.
Yeah, a little high.
Does move 3. Say
Was
that's
that
a
unlucky?
not a fantastic result with how the rocks are angled now, and the backstone stays too.
That's right.
Better than it was.
Love his enthusiasm. Not bad. They're going to hit the lay 4. And
Well, he's just happy he gets to do it again after.
I guess.
We're above T, right?
We're just behind.
Okay.
I think you're right here. You got to be careful not to bunch rocks up here to make everything fly.
Yeah, respect for what you know your opponent is capable of doing too. If they just clear that yellow stone right now, then they're all piled up with a chance to clear probably at least 3 of them. So just delaying it a little bit, playing the guard for now, which is the correct shot.
Yeah, the other option they have is to throw it around their corner guard.
Yeah, another in.
Another rock in, down by 9. I think I'd be using every rock I had in the house, but
Sure.
Line's good. Curl.
Should be a mid guard.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's good.
A little past mid.
so do the guard up. We'll see what Korey decides to do.
You throw that not believing that your opponent is going to play a draw
I don't think
with
I'd
the
make
score the way it is, which
Correct.
you could kill the end with a draw probably, but
Yeah, any different situation, right? Ty, you
probably
might
back this
throw
up
that
with my
outturn
sweep,
draw
right?
into that
Like
pile
half a
there
rock
if it's a
still
close
probably
game.
is good,
Okay,
but I think a third is close.
I think this ice will be good.
Yeah.
Korey feels like he can at least get 2 of them to go by doing this.
he thinks maybe 3 if that red rock that's on the back of the button kind of froze and just shoots sideways. He said somewhere between half and a third, and then see if you get lucky on the back one too.
Another hard one.
Yeah, this will have some juice on it too.
Yep, hard! Hard!
Got up there quick to get to it.
Wow.
Just catches a piece of the guard.
Very athletic. Emily looks
He
around.
got up, swept it,
They have
then
one
caught
left.
it on the tick,
Do we play the hit?
played it between his legs.
Okay.
We get the back one to count.
Yep.
And now you need to move that stone with
Yeah.
only 1 shot left for your opponent.
10.
10.
10.
So they're going to hit and lay 4. Never a bad thing.
Yeah. Can't ask for much more based on the circumstances or under normal circumstances. Hagberg looking for about a 10, we heard, so a little less than normal, somewhere around control.
Yes. Yes.
Sweeping it here.
Tough to lose more than 2 of them with where those are set up now, I think.
See what they can do.
Yeah.
It's a double.
Yeah.
It's a good 10.
That's kind of what I was thinking. If you make that double and roll a
Hanging
little
for
bit,
so
you make
long
3
and then
challenges.
take off.
Rode the center.
Yeah. As soon as it takes off, you know.
Yeah.
Got it.
Double here and roll here. That's the other option.
Just laughed because it seemed like he's yelling from 2 feet
Yeah, I
away
kind
from
of like
her,
the other
too.
way.
Either one's good.
Yeah.
Might have
Let's try
forgot
for the
that
other
she
way,
was
and
right
if
there.
It curls up, we can make it
He
that
wants
way.
to make sure she hears.
Okay. Like right here?
Yeah.
Nose is pro side.
Yep.
So looking for a nose hit double here.
Trying to kill 2 stones. If they can roll the shooter towards that corner guard and make 3 tougher, that would be the ideal situation.
Whoa. Close. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Rolls
Ah, it's
towards
a
the other one.
Pretty good shot.
Very good. There is some space,
Kinda knew there
so
was no
there's a
chance I
shot
was
for
making the
3.
outside roll.
Yeah.
10-5.
Okay.
Like here.
Looks like it was an audible by the
A
sweeper
little
there.
less.
Little less.
Yeah, making his own read. Speak up, Korey.
Got my headphones on. I can hear him from here.
You got this.
A great shot there by TC and
Left side of that red,
great
you think?
opportunity here.
I'd just be trying to breathe.
Yeah.
My God.
Probably line for 10, I think.
You think?
So somewhere around hack weight. Hack the board. There's a shot for 3. In turn for Schweitzer, the final stone of the 6th end.
Yeah.
Early sweep here,
Hard, hold it
right out of hand.
Hard, you got it. Hard, all the way.
Trying to hold the line.
He's holding it.
Hard.
Yeah, it's crossing now. Good
Got
enough for
one.
a point. Put it on the scoreboard.
Yeah, sure.
9-1 is the score and the final as we see handshakes.
Good game. Good luck.
Another strong performance from the defending world champions, Cory Thiesse and Cory Dropkin. And Phil, nothing to hang your heads about as hard as it is with the score, but Schweitzer and Hagberg did put together a good final end there and made some great shots throughout the game, but just ran into a buzzsaw and, as you mentioned, missed their one opportunity early and everything went downhill from there.
Yeah, one opportunity there for the double to lay 3 early in the game, and the game just kind of got out of hand there. But a good battle for them again.
A tough draw for them starting out, already playing Vicky Persinger and Danny Casper, and now the defending world champions. Getting that win in between and playing 2 very good games, and they probably would tell you they're not particularly happy with their effort tonight, but still throwing a lot of good stones. And then on the flip side, obviously, for Thiesse and Dropkin, right where they expected to be, undefeated through 3 games and humming along pretty nicely. Just a couple of blips, and I'm sure Coach Kathy O will give them a few things to clean up on, but carrying that momentum through for the next few games of the round robin. Real quick, in our other games over on Sheet B, Farrell and Thurston leading Moores and Wheeler 5-2. Sheet D, Persinger, Casper leading Nickel and Nickel 7-5. And on Sheet E, looks like a 3 from Ryman Smith now to take the lead 5-4 on Wooden Cot. And again, our feature game, TC Dropkin 9-1 over Schweitzer and Hagberg. We will be back with you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I will be joined by Claire Moores in the booth, another competitor from our field. She's going to bring me a breakfast burrito that I've talked about many times on the broadcast here. Phil, I got to tell you, it's the best I've ever had.
Wow.
So very excited.
Looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah,
then you
not
are.
just to work with Claire, but I'm going to get my burrito again. That's great. The game tomorrow morning will be Todd Burr-Regenburg against Sarah Anderson and Andrew Stepera. Our feature game once again on Sheet C. So for Tyler George and Phil Drobnik, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the morning.
Good night.